Good morning. This is Samuel Jacob Kirschner, voice of the Breeze, welcoming you to our Saturday morning live stream meditation. So I'm playing in the background one of my favorite songs of all times, River by Joni Mitchell. Although it is considered a Christmas song, I can listen to this song all year round. So, it's maybe 10 days away from Christmas, 14 days actually to be more precise. And, Christmas in New York, there is a special vibe, a special atmosphere, trees all over the place, and shopping, shopping, shopping. I don't know. I'm not feeling it this year. I'm not feeling the Christmas spirit, so to speak. Joy and light and joy. And I was wondering, what is that about? Why am I not feeling it? And actually this morning, it struck me that there's also a feeling of deep loss, of deep grief, as if something very precious was lost recently. I don't want to elaborate too much about that because it is a personal experience and I'm not really seeking agreement about it. Like I'm not trying to start a new propaganda now about, something precious has been lost. Obviously, if I delve a little bit deeper into it, I feel that something has been lost, like a feeling of freedom, of democracy, of respect, dignity, trust in something, that we call the administration, the authorities, the higher echelons that are supposed to run this country, a country. But here in America particularly, I think it's even more pronounced because this is the country of freedom, of possibilities, of hope. It is the experiment of the world. There's a certain respect that the United States of America command around the world, I don't care what some people say about that, we have lost that. But when I grew up, the word America in itself, that is in Israel, was it was a metaphor for opulence, for possibilities, for no limitations, prosperity, of course, and at the same time also for some incredible injustice, slavery, violence, danger, lawlessness. So I don't know. I'm a great believer in, first and foremost, feeling what we're feeling and not blocking it and not trying to manipulate it and rationalize it. I think feelings, emotions are from the soul. They are our primary truth. Yes, of course, they can get very distorted. And maybe that's why I'm doing the work that I'm doing and I'm living the kind of life that I'm living, is to sort out the distortion from those emotions that are absolutely our God given compass. You have to be able to say, this is hot, in order to move your hand away from the fire. You have to trust that when you feel that it's hot, too hot, you better move your hand away. At the same time, you don't need to have a whole barrage of thoughts going on about, well, it didn't used to be so hot, and maybe I should get used to it, and, all this kind of yada yada that the monkey mind is so good at. Bottom line is, it's very, very important to trust our emotions. Very essential. And to also not get caught up in the distortion, in the drama, in the trauma that can affect the clarity of our thinking and, of course, our resolve following. So, while I'm feeling that deep grief of the loss of something that's been lost recently, I have been, for the last 40 years of my life, that's more than half of my life, I've been working diligently, committed to rewiring my brain, to clearing my heart, to honor my feelings of loss, and at the same time to find celebration, find, even in the loss itself, in the moment, in the present, there's a present in loss. And I don't want to waste any energy or time in wallowing, in getting caught up. That is really the part, to me, that Socrates has said thousands of years ago: the unexamined life is not worth living. I believe so much in examining our thinking, our feelings, our judgments. And that's what the Breeze is in service of. For us to actually really learn to practice that we are the ones we have been waiting for. I'd like to play, before we get into our meditation, I'd like to play a track that I just recently recorded, and it's called The Lost and Found. No matter what's happening in your life, even when you're experiencing life-altering trauma, loss, crisis, or deep grief, If you are frustrated, take, for some reason, be grateful. He doesn't want to be played. And celebrate your life. So, I'm going to let it go and go into the 5 steps of the breeze. How to transform, investigate, connect our body, mind, and spirit, actually through connecting to the breath. This practice is all about connecting it all to the breath. And so I'm going to play the 5 steps. Experiencing here something technical. We have to don't know what is happening, but something is going on here with my sound. So let me check. Let me check again. Okay. So, obviously, um, life threw me a curve again. Here I am trying to share with you a meditation about connecting to the breath. That's the gist of all my meditations. My practice is to connect to the breath, to flow with the breath, to be in sync with the breath, and to follow my bliss. And, well, can I do all of that while technical issues come up and the sound is not playing right and all that inner disappointment is coming up? And on some level, of course, there's always an underlying belief that something is wrong with me. I didn't prepare well. Something is wrong with me. It comes back to me. And while I'm playing the imperfect audio track for you, I realize I haven't even taken one conscious breath. A conscious breath for me is opening my heart and breathing with ease. Just doing that anytime, whenever. As I said, we take 20,000 breaths a day. But once you just stop and do that very simple awareness of opening the heart and breathing with ease, you start to change the inner atmosphere, the inner energy, from negative to positive, from stress to breath, from misery and oppression to joy, oxygen, and ease. That is the gist of the breeze. So, of course, sometimes, most of the time, the invitation is to do it when that's the least that your mind, your ego is anticipating, is wanting. We want to control it, understand it. Why isn't it working? How can I fix it? Fix it, fix it. That's the big word today. Fix, 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 fix. Sometimes you can't fix it, like right now. And anyway, it's not about fixing. Maybe it's about accepting, having a heart, having compassion, making space, loving all the way. This too. Because in this loss, I was speaking about in the beginning, the loss that I'm feeling and that many people are feeling, something has been lost. What do we know? Maybe in this loss there is great opportunity. There is something that this is actually supposed to happen. Exactly this, what's happening right now. We can't fathom it. We can't understand it. We want to fight it and argue it and prove it wrong or prove it right, whatever it is. But there is another level here of reality that we cannot know now. It's the present. We cannot. And, when I'm thinking of some of the great losses I had in my life, the loss of my parents, the loss of my partner, the loss of my best friends, how it was when it happened and how it is now. It's almost hard to believe that it is the same fact. The fact is that my parents, my partner, my best friends are not here. They're gone. I don't know where they are. They're gone. And yet, I feel them in my heart. And I don't even miss them. I embrace their loss, their goneness, but yet something in my heart is not feeling at all the loss. It feels like a joy. It's an incredible thing, the joy of being alive in the moment. It is something to return to and celebrate. Of course, only if you want. I know plenty of people who, they want to stay in this and they want to talk about it and think about it and wrap their minds around it and, protest about it and fight it. And it's all good. It's all good. There is also a place to fight. However, just for yourself, for your own well-being, if you can just take a moment and ask yourself every so often, do I deserve this? If I'm a person who is prone to suffering, to depression, to misery, to oppression, because I was born into that which I was, do I want to stay like this for the rest of my life? I've almost lost my life a couple of times. Actually, me trying to finish because I couldn't tolerate the suffering was unbearable. So there is a kind of suffering that I am deeming in vain, unnecessary for me. And only you can determine that for yourself. What is your unnecessary suffering, and do you want to transform it? Do you want to stop suffering? About that, and about that, and about that. So for me, what works really every time is when I am able to just acknowledge that I am in that stressful mode. I am in that spiraling place in which I'm just going to keep spiraling down and down and down and work myself into a depression. I don't want to do anything anymore that would promote depression. And I'm very grateful to have found a practice that helps me. It doesn't eradicate the anxiety, the negative feelings, all of it. It doesn't eradicate it. It doesn't erase it. Doesn't delete it. It's not like some magic wand. However, when I open my heart, reach out, and take that breath, and ask the breath, actually, for support, for help, for empowerment, for clarity, it always, 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 always turns to be something else that I couldn't have fathomed in my rational lizard brain mind. So, yeah, the greatest gift that I am feeling at this time of Christmas, Hanukkah, the end of the year, is that there is a breath in the loss. There is a breath in the challenge. There is a breath in the difficulty, in the physical constriction. You can breathe into it with ease. Open your heart. Have compassion. Make space for it without understanding. The understanding will come later. So, I think this is it for today. um, I just want to let you know that the Breeze, which is the name of this meditation, this moving and breathing meditation, is a practice that is being taught. And if you want to learn more about this practice, if you want to, it's a life way actually, not just a practice, but it's a life way that is practiced moment by moment, breath by breath. If you'd like to know more about this practice and about ways that you can participate in the Breeze community and in the practice of the Breeze, you can go to our website, www.thebreeze.com. And next Sunday, the 18th, we're going to have an open house here and present it and share it. We like the community part of this. As there is a new way of dialoguing about things once we have connected to ourselves, taken care of ourselves, rewired our brains, not being so infused with fear, being more in the love consciousness. We can talk about things, about the same things, differently. So that is part of the invitation, the challenge of this work. And in the open house, which will happen next Sunday, the 18th, here at the Gym for the Soul, you're invited. If you'd like, you can write to me at Samuel@thebreeze.com. Again, it's Samuel@thebreeze.com. And in the meanwhile, I want to wish you a day filled with joy, confidence, and ease. This is Samuel Kirschner, Samuel Jacob Kirschner, voice of the Breeze. Have a wonderful day.